Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. We are studying chapter number 1 of D4, which is linear inequalities in two variables. In chapter number 1, we have studied the linear equations and the graph of linear equations. In lesson number 2, we will again study linear equation and graph, and we will revise our lesson number 1 with the help of some examples. We will take an example of two lines, and we try to plot the graph of these two lines on the same graph paper. In last lesson number 1, we have studied two methods of plotting the graph of linear equation. In method number 1, we write the equation in gradient intercept form, and we use intercept and the gradient to plot the line. We will use first method first. In first method, we write the equation in the gradient intercept form. This is the gradient intercept form of line 1. If you write equation number 1 in gradient intercept form, it will take this form, and if you write equation 2 in gradient intercept form, it takes this form. And in step 2, we will note some information about these two lines. That is the y-intercept point where line 1 cuts y-axis, and its gradient. Gradient actually gives you the direction of the line. This is the point, this is the direction. It is the same as there is a bus terminal. Bus terminal is the point from where all the buses pass, and in which direction that bus has to move, whether bus leaving the bus terminal leaves for Lahore, or for Karachi, or for Sargota. Starting from point bus terminal is the example of the point which is on y-axis, and this will give you the direction. Gradient is the direction of the line, because from one point there are many lines pass. Now these informations will be used to draw the graph of these two lines on graph paper. For line 1, C is 6. We will mark a point dot at point 6. For the second point, we will use the gradient. Its gradient is minus 3 by 4. So from starting from C is equal to 6, because its rise is negative, we will move 3 units downward, and from this point we will move 4 units to the right side, because its run is 4, and then we will place a point at dot at this point. After getting these 2 points, we will join these 2 points to draw the line. Similarly, for the second line, where C is minus 2, we will place a dot at this point, and for the second line we move 1 unit above, because its rise is 1, and 2 units to the right, because its run is 2. From C we will move 1 unit above and 2 units towards right, and at this point we will place a dot. Now we will join these 2 points to complete the graph of this line. After drawing the graph, label this graph by writing the name of each line, which is the graph of these 2 lines. Now look at this. Here we have written many informations in the space, working space, and many informations on the graph. There is no need of all these when you will solve the questions in the examination. But initially, to understand the method fully, it is better to write these informations here. But there is no need to write these information in the graph paper. In the examination, you will simply write the equation in gradient intercept form, and you will keep these information in mind. There will be no need to do the step 2. This is C, mark a point. Then from this point, rise and run. 3 downward in this case, 4 backward. You will simply place a point here, and you will join these 2 points to get line 1. Similarly, for line 2, you will place 2 dots, and you will join these 2 dots to get the line. So you just need to draw these 2 points, and these 2 points you can think mentally that this is 6 and this is gradient, and you can plot the graph. So this is how to plot the graph by using method 1. The same equations are plotted by using the second method. In second method, we write the equation in gradient intercept form. Then we find a pair of points for each line. In this case, I have gathered the pair of points in the form of a table. First, I have taken 0. Putting this value in this equation, we get the value of y. Second point, 4. Putting this value in this equation, we get the value of y, which is 3. Similarly, in second equation, we put 0 and get minus 2 for y. We put 4 and get 0 for y. Try to take those values of x for which the values of y are simple, which can be plotted on the graph easily. Now we will mark these points on the graph. First point is 0, 6. Mark dot for this point. Label this point. Second point is 4, 3. Plot this point. Mark it. Join these 2 points and get a straight line. Similarly, for second line, first point is 0 and minus 2. Place a dot for this point. Second point is 4, 0. Plot this point, mark it, and join these 2 points to get the line. So these two methods are used when equation of straight line are given. There is a case when equations are not given, but you are given some information, and from those information you are asked to plot the graph. In the next slide, we will look at this case. If you are given a point through which that line pass and gradient, this is same as the method 1. In that method, we use y-intercept, which is a point on y-axis, and gradient. In this case, we will use any point which is not on y-axis, anywhere in the graph. So take the example, if you are asked to draw the graph of this line which passes through this point 4 minus 3, and its gradient is minus 3 by 2. So same method, we will plot point 4 minus 3 and mark a dot for this point. 4 minus 3, this point. mark this point and label it. Now from this point we will use gradient to mark the other point by moving 3 units downward and 2 units right side because its gradient is negative, or 3 units upward and 2 units left side. 3 units downward and 2 units right side. We'll place a dot and join these two dots to get the straight line. Or you can move 3 units above and 2 units left side and place a dot and join these 2 points to get the equation, and by joining these 2 points you can get the same equation. So this is the second case when you are not given the equation but information about the equation of are given, a point and gradient, which is similar way as method 1. Or the third case is when you are asked to draw a line which passes through 2 points. In second method we found 2 pair of points by putting some values of x in the equation and finding the value of y, but here you need not to do that. 2 points are given to you. We will plot this point by moving 6 units along x-axis and then 6 units downward, which is already plotted, and mark this point. Then we will plot this point 2 0 by moving 2 units along x-axis and its y coordinate is 0, so this point is already marked. Label this point and join these 2 points to get the line. So this is what lesson number 2 is, which is the revision of lesson number 1. Hope you have better idea now how to plot the graph of a linear equation which is always a straight line. तो इसको अच्छी तरह से आप इसको समझ लें, कुछ क्वेश्चंस कर लें प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए, क्योंकि अगला जो टॉपिक है हमारा इनइक्वालिटीज़ का, उसमें हमने इनइक्वालिटीज़ को प्लॉट करना है और उसका सॉल्यूशन फाइंड आउट करना है. तो इनइक्वालिटीज़ को प्लॉट करने के बाद इनइक्वालिटीज़ को प्लॉट करने के लिए भी हमें स्ट्रेट लाइन को ही प्लॉट करना पड़ेगा, और स्ट्रेट लाइन को प्लॉट करके फिर हम उन इनइक्वालिटीज़ का सॉल्यूशन फाइंड आउट करेंगे. So for any discussion or any problem you can contact me on this WhatsApp number. One request is that subscribe the channel, because we are on in the trial period, and if we are not able to get certain number of subscriptions, so our after trial period our channel will be inactive. So keep active, ask your friends to subscribe the channel. Okay, take care of yourself and your family. God bless you all. Allah Hafiz.